honor of the International Holocaust Memorial, I decided to show here a demonstration of my art projects that represent scenes from my life during the Holocaust. These are part of the pictures. There's not enough space for all of my artwork. But here, you can begin to get an idea of what happened during those horrible years of the Holocaust. In the middle of the night, in this picture, they came to our door. You saw these soldiers, and they put us out of our home. We began to walk on foot. They didn't take us in cars, or we began a death march on foot. I was a small girl, 8 years old. I didn't like to eat much, and I was very weak. And after walking for several days, I wasn't able to walk any further. I sat, and I said, no matter what will be, my mother and my father said, in a little while, they will kill you. She said, I don't care what happens. If I don't get food, I have no strength to walk, and what will be will be. A soldier came, and he was about to shoot me. And my mother, who was pregnant, and she went down on her knees and began to kiss his feet. Please, please, don't kill my only daughter. My father, that knew the language, begged and pleaded, please do not kill her. I will put her on my shoulders. Here, we're continuing the march, and he carries me on his shoulders. After we had gone for a few months, sometimes 40 kilometers a day, this was a march that no one wanted to take all of the Jewish people from Ukraine and from Transnistria. So they would take us to one place and then to another place. And my mother, at one point, she was pregnant, she began to have birth pains, was in labor. It was about certain that they were going to kill her, because if you can't walk, then you're shot. Somehow, she was saved. Here she's going to give birth. And suddenly, just like something in the film, came a horse with a cart as they came close to us. And I remember this picture as if it happened yesterday. And he says to the soldier, don't kill the woman, I will take her to my house, and there she'll give birth. I don't know how he was convinced. But this farmer was allowed to take my mother, and we all went to this man's house. My father, myself, and then my mother, we came to this farmer's house, and now I think that they had no children. They put my mother in a sort of storage area, and it was a deathly cold place. And we were very close to her. And we were there during the birth. The wife of the farmer is the one who helped with the birth. I heard the first cries of the baby. She took her in her arms. She came to my father and me and said that the baby had died. She took the baby. Until today, I have it in my mind that if this baby still lives in some place, I can never know. What village this was, we don't know. We were in many different villages. But this is the story in short. In the Ukraine, it's very cold in the winter. Sometimes the temperatures are below 40 degrees, minus 40. And we're not dressed as we need to be. We didn't have clothes. We were staying in places where they put the pigs and places that were in storage places. Here I am very sick. I was almost, I could have died. It was very cold. My father, who had worked in taking the dead people away for burial, he took one of the coats of the people and put it on me. And he only remained with one shirt on himself in the terrible cold that was there. God really watched over him. I had really good fortune. All the illnesses and diseases that were there I experienced, but by miracle I remained alive. And now I would like to tell you about this picture. One day, all the Jews had received an order to collect themselves together on the Buk River. This is one of the rivers in Ukraine. And we were on the edge of the Buk River. And all the Jews that were there, the very few who yet remained alive, were ordered to gather next to the river and by the forest there. All the elderly people were ordered to get into the water, which were half frozen. The rest of us were to remain on the border of the river in order to watch what was happening. And you see here, some of them entered the water and never came out. The weakest ones. Those who remained alive, they told them to go under the water and to come back out, to go back under and to come back up. The soldiers stood on the banks of the river and laughed and at what they were doing and what was happening. I stood to the side with a few children, and of course I cried and screamed, and I thought I would remain with no parents. After some amount of time, which I can't remember how long it was, they were ordered, those who had survived, to come out of the water. And when they walked, their clothes were wet and completely frozen on them because of how cold it was outside. They came to the storage type area where we were staying, and they had fever. It looked like they were going to die. They were completely finished. I thought I could offer them a glass of water or something. I had to take care of them. In a miracle, by miracle of God, they remained alive. After this event, here, you see us when we went into the village. It was kind of boring for us to all the time be in this little storage unit area. In this picture, my father had to take the dead people's bodies in the wagon and cart them away, people who had died. This is a picture that I drew a couple of days ago.
Please share this video, and on YouTube, click the button below to become a subscriber. In consideration of Canada's 150th birthday, please consider 150 ways to bless Israel through your Christian embassy, the ICEJ Canada. Consider becoming a $150 monthly donor. Plant 150 trees, 150 prayers for Israel. The opportunities are endless. Please contact us.